musun? Erken rezervasyon başladı. Yazın en renkli fırsatları cyprusparadise.com'da. %40, %50 hatta %60'a varan kaçırılmaz indirimler. Erken rezervasyon yap, uçak bileti fiyatına paket tatili al. Uygun fiyata Kıbrıs tatilinin adresi cyprusparadise.com. Zaman akıp gitmeden acele edin. Bir bakmışsınız yaz gelmiş. Cyprus Paradise. Tatiliniz bizimle güvende.
Kalitenin, güvenin, hızlı teslimatın adresi Ancon Furniture. Ancon Furniture ailesi olarak yeni ürünler ile hizmete devam etmekteyiz. Yeni model koltuk takımlarımız, yatak mekanizmaları bir dokunuş ile açılıp bir dokunuş ile kapanabilmektedir. Bir dokunuş ile açtığımız yatak mekanizmasının yatak çarşafı kullanıma hazır, serili olarak içinden çıkmaktadır. Yıl sonuna kadar herhangi bir koltuk takımı alan her müşterimize akıllı sehpa hediyemizdir. En iyi ürün, en iyi fiyat. Sadece Ancon Furniture'da. Bize uğramadan karar vermeyin. En iyisini biz yapana kadar daha iyisi yok.
Welcome to the latest printed press. I'm Ayşen Djemal, and tonight we'll be discussing the projects and partnerships of the Turkish Cypriot Covid-19 Support Initiative. It's a great program, and I'm very happy to have Paolo, who is the Edible London Head of Communications Liaison. Welcome, Paolo, to my program. Sultan Ozkurtlar, who is the Covid-19 Project Manager. Welcome, Sultan, to the program. Bayram, Cubuk, who is the Vetting and Supplies Co-ordination Manager. Welcome, Bayram, to my program. We've got Foncett, who is the Befriending Manager. It's great to have you on my program, Kaz. It's quite a great honour to have you with us tonight. We've also got Gulay Ermiya, who is the Covid-19 Media Manager. Welcome, Gulay, to my program. We've also, last but definitely not least, we've got Sheniz Ormanji, who is the Deliveries volunteer. So we've got the whole team with us tonight. I'm so excited. Welcome, everybody. Thank you very much for agreeing to come on my program. How are we all? How are we feeling tonight?
Okay.
Bombastically fantastic.
Excellent, absolutely fantastic, and you're looking fantastic. Like I said, it's a great honour to have all of you guys on my programme. You're a great team and doing a brilliant job, and it's so fantastic that this initiative has started. It started a few weeks ago, and the TCCA relaunched this for COVID-19. Sultan, firstly, can you tell us what is happening with this project?
Yeah, so we managed to get some funding recently and have obviously really relaunched the deliveries. So we do hot food and we do boxed up food 3 days a week, but Bayram can go into more detail about that very shortly. It's going really well. We're doing different assessments now that Bayram again can talk about shortly. We're also doing a befriending, and we're going into more detail now with befriending that Kaz is taking the role on, which is going really, really well. We're increasing our connections with suppliers like Edible London, Chatter. We're working very closely with Chatter. On a Friday, we do the deliveries for them, so we prepare the food. One of our delivery drivers will go and bring food to Munavarabla. So we're working very closely with her as well. We're still in the talks of doing a virtual advice service and obviously telephone service to help with people that need this right now. Because we're finding as we're talking to people, they really do need that. They need a lot of advice, and not just advice about COVID, things like debt advice and many other things. So we're still in talks about that too.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I mean, it's a whole array of great services, Sultan. Thank you very much. Gulay, I understand that you're the head of communications. What does that entail?
So basically, we are working closely with Health Watch, and right now we are currently in the process of designing our COVID website. So the website will entail up-to-date information about COVID and all the services that we'll be running, as well as what the local boroughs are doing for the community. The website will be bilingual, basically available in both English and Turkish, so it'll be accessible to everybody. We are also currently in the process of forming a WhatsApp group, so it should be active, but hopefully by the end of this week. And in the WhatsApp group, we'll be basically posting daily information about COVID-19. So anyone who wishes to join our WhatsApp group to receive daily regular updates about COVID-19 is more than welcome to. So you can contact the TCCA for more information. Additionally, we will be creating 6 short videos advising the community in both English and Turkish regarding COVID-19. We'll also be handing out flyers with information. And as you know, we'll be working closely with Eurogainst TV to provide you with TV programs to basically inform you of all the latest information. So if you keep tuned to Eurogainst TV and to TCCA pages, you'll be able to basically find out when our COVID TV programs will be running, and you could just tune in and find out all the latest information.
Yeah, I mean, I want to personally thank you for all the communications that you do. You do such an amazing job, Gulay. So thank you very much. Always, you know, in the background and the forefront now, creating these communications. And it's an array of different types of communications. So hopefully it's access to all. I really like the idea of the WhatsApp, actually. So if anybody is interested in becoming part of that WhatsApp group, they should contact the TCCA. Is that correct?
They could contact the TCCA, if anyone wants to pop a message on Eurogainst TV. We'll pass over all the relevant information, and then we'll add them to the WhatsApp group.
It's fantastic. Bayram, the next question goes to you. You're responsible for the deliveries. I've actually personally seen you doing your work. You're very dedicated and very well organised. How does that work? And if anyone is aware of anyone in need or wants to become a driver, what should they do?
Şimdi, now, what I'm doing is a little bit more tricky, is a little bit more long fetch, to be honest. What we're doing is at TCCA, that's where we're based at the moment. We're collecting lots of phone numbers from everybody, lots of contacts. So what my job at the moment is to contact these people and to find out if they're actually vulnerable, elderly, or if they're actually really in need and really in a stuck position at the moment. So that's my job at the moment. Also, I also collect the boxes and in liaison with Edible London, so pick them up as well, especially. So what we do is we collect all of these items together. We make these support packages, boxes, and we deliver to all the, not just Turkish Cypriot, just all cultures, just whoever's vulnerable and whoever's in need during this pandemic. So like today, for example, I was on deliveries today. I've only just got home 5 minutes ago. So it's a bit long, but all of our people need it, and the hard work needs to be put in. So I just want to thank everybody here, and especially big up Ermiya as well, and everybody else that's actually put in a lot of effort and a lot of hard work for us to be actually
if someone wants to be a driver, Yeah, if someone wants to be a driver, should they contact you or should they contact the
Now,
TCCA?
we're constantly looking for volunteers. We're constantly looking for
Yeah.
help. So always contact TCCA is always open.
Mm.
Euro Against TV here, and also I think next week our WhatsApp support group. We're looking for volunteers. We're looking for help constantly. Like, we'll never say no to anybody. So everybody's more than welcome to come. And the more the better we have, then then the more workload we share together, then more we can cover together. And that means we're
What
more
I've
together.
noticed, what I've noticed though when I've been there personally, is the wonderful work that you do. But obviously, you all got such smiles. You're also friendly. The TCCA is a really friendly place. You feel the warmth the minute you walk in there, and I just want to say that. And it's because of you guys. You know, you make everyone feel so welcome. And that's why I would strongly recommend, if you want to be part of the community and feel like you're doing something for the community, then the TCCA, contact them and get involved. Most certainly. Kaz, it's so nice to have you on my program. I really admire all of the work that you do. But you are now coordinating, befriending, you match befriending, and those in need is befrienders. Can you tell us what is the services and what should people do if they want to be a befriender?
So the services are basically for people who are classified as vulnerable during this pandemic. There's a lot of people of all ages that have been advised to stay at home, shielding, and a lot of them are going to be socially isolated, regardless of if they've got family or not. You know, there's different types of isolation, different types of loneliness, especially I suppose within the older community is probably a lot more prominent. But what I'm doing is essentially reanalyzing the old format, because they used to run this before. I've sort of joined fairly recently, and it's just about going through the list, checking off to see which of our visitors at the TCCA, like older people's group, is in need of a befriender, and to see if our previous volunteers still want to volunteer, and obviously get more volunteers on board as well. The befriending service is essentially a telephone service. You don't have to go to anyone's house. It's just giving up like an hour of your time, like a week or a couple of hours a week, to give people a call just to make sure that they're okay, have a little chat. So if anyone is friendly, anyone has got a bit of banter, we want to hear from you. Equally, we do want to hear from people who might know somebody who needs that support as well. And then our volunteers can identify if there are people in need of food parcels, and that's where the connection with me and Bayram comes in as well, where we can communicate and share that bit of information to support people in a different way. So
it's very important, I think, because I did a little bit of a telephone the last time we were in lockdown, the original lockdown, so to speak, in March. And people aren't just vulnerable physically. Sometimes they just feel a little bit lonely, especially if they're isolated at home and they obviously don't have the outreach or communication with anybody on the outside. It really, really makes such a difference. Thank you so much for all the work that you're doing. I think, it's not just about providing food services, it's also providing some sort of psychological support for people out there.
Human contact in a different form, because I think the psychological impact of this whole situation, like I'm feeling it. I've been in isolation personally before. I know how this is from a health perspective. So forget about COVID, there's different illnesses that people go through who are having to spend time in isolation, but put COVID on top of that, it makes it 1,000 times worse. So if I'm feeling the effects of it now, like God knows how many thousands of people are out there that are in probably a worse situation, where they can't work, they haven't got people supporting them with their shopping, they don't know how to use Tesco delivery service online, because not everyone can speak English. So we have to appreciate that there's different types of people, especially in London. We're probably one of the most multicultural cities, yet we're probably one of the most in need of various charitable services. So, you know, I don't mind giving up like my time to do additional stuff for the TCCA because I'm there anyway. But obviously it's amazing that they've invited me to come on board, you know, as a proper member of the team.
Of course, definitely, 100%. Yeah, no, it's really good, and you're right. And what's good is that we've got different forms of communication, and everything is in 2 languages. It's in Turkish and in English, which I think is great, specifically for our community. Like all of us have said, it's not just for the Turkish Cypriot community.
No.
It's for anybody who is in need. So if anybody knows of anyone who is vulnerable or who does need a little bit of a chat on a day-to-day basis, then definitely contact the TCCA, specifically yourself. Sheniz, I understand that you've been supporting the initiative as a volunteer right from day one. I've seen you there from day one. Can you tell us what your experiences are and how the services have changed, and what are you doing to support the project at the moment?
So I started back in March when the group originally formed. I was driving and doing the deliveries back then. There's been odd occasions when I've cooked for the elderly and vulnerable that we've delivered to as well. Obviously, as time has passed, needs have changed. So there's much more opportunities now. There's people that are supporting with the befriending. There's those that are looking into the financial side, you know, if they need any support with their housing and stuff like that. So it has, the team's got bigger. What we deliver has got much bigger. And it's just great to be a part of it. So this time round, for this lockdown that's just kind of ended and that this has been reset up, again, I've been supporting with local deliveries, making the food. And it's just nice to see the faces and, you know, say hello to them again. Obviously, there was a little period that we stopped.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see them, make sure they're okay, you know, just on a friendlier level rather than just someone walking past and hi. You know, I did a delivery early this week and the lady was really happy. And she was like, if it wasn't for you, look, I'd be so lonely. She's like, I can't go nowhere. I'm stuck at home. So, you know, it's just nice to be able to give them people a little bit more comfort.
Definitely, 100%. And obviously, like we said before, if anybody does want to volunteer out there, then please do so. Contact the TCCA. You can contact Sultan, Gulay, anybody here tonight, really, and they'll point you in the right direction. Now, Paolo, you are from Edible London. Awesome organisation. I've spoken to Sonne lots of times and it's lovely to meet you. I mean, what you do for the community is outstanding. So thank you very much, first of all, for everything that you do. And you're also working in partnership with CCA, which is great. Thank you for that. We have seen that you've got a new street box. How does that work and how will that benefit our Turkish Cypriot community?
Yeah, so I just want to also say, like, right back at you, you know, big love to the TCCA. You know, Sonny's always singing your praises, and obviously, you know, you're a foundation in our community as well. So I just want to, you know, send some love your way as well. And in terms of Streetbox, so Streetbox is technically a different entity to Edible London, but it was actually set up by one of our directors, Chris. And he set it up literally to help, you know, to help Edible London's work. So it's essentially like a veg box, you know, fresh fruit and veg box, but he set up this initiative called Buy a Box, Give a Box. So whenever you buy a box, it literally gives the same amount of produce back to Edible London, which then we can then give out to communities, you know, people like yourself, organizations like the TCCA. So what we've done with, you know, the TCCA is we're sort of setting up the scheme, but in the TCCA's hub. So people can collect, they can buy a box there, collect it, and then that will actually empower. So everyone who buys that box, that's going to give TCCA that veg, you know, that free fruit and veg back. So then they can, you know, do more work, you know, more of the work that you do, giving out food hampers, you know, obviously food poverty is at an all-time high right now as well. So yeah, it's just an amazing initiative through a veg box scheme. So people who are able to buy their fruit and veg, they're able to give back, you know, with stuff they're going to buy anyway. And then it allows TCCA to carry on, you know, the amazing work that you're already doing in helping, you know, fighting food poverty. So
It's fantastic. It's fantastic how we have these initiatives and we're all working together. It's brilliant. Below on our screens is the contact for our team. There's an email there and there's a telephone number, and we're going to be talking about that. But we've had loads of comments, guys, as we've been introducing ourselves and telling our audiences a little bit about what we do. Right, so if we go through some of them, right, I'm going to try and get back to the beginning. Gulfidan, who is also part of our team, done a lot of cooking for us. We've seen it on the TCCA website, and Gulay today did lots of cooking. It's awesome to see all of this stuff. So be watching the Facebook page of the TCCA for all these wonderful dishes that these lovely girls are doing. But she's put the best team ever. I totally agree with her. Sheniz has given us a heart, and I think, you know, a lot of people, when they log on to our programs, do images like hearts and kisses and things, because I think essentially that's what the TCCA sort of represent, is love and caring and giving out to the community. So I want to reiterate that, you know, people really do feel that love. And I think that's why so many people are willing to join in and volunteer. And like I said, it's not just for the Turkish Cypriot community, it's for the whole local community, and not just even North London. We've done deliveries to South London, to Central London, all over the place. We've actually liaised with Chatter as well, which is an organisation that essentially works in London as well, Central London, around Westminster area. So a big shout out to them. Kaya has put a link. I'm assuming that's to do with the TCCA. Bayram, as well as being on the programme, knows how to multitask and has written. Go on then, you say that. I can't even say that by now. What did you write? You're wicked, honestly. I love it. I tell you, very, very funny. Gulfidan has put, proud of you all. Mainly Eddie Meto, and of course we have to mention him. He's the CEO of the TCCA, and here's the reason why we've all come together. So definitely he's brought all these amazing people together. I totally agree with that. Sheniz has written absolutely. And then Ev Tunchbay, who also does programs for Year Against TV and is also a great person in our community, has said such a great team. What is also a big success story is how you are collaborating with other groups like Edible London, Chatter, the Shacklewell Lane Mosque, and the Cyprus Islamic Association. You are a real model for our community. That's true. We are. We also do work with Edible London, Chatter, I just mentioned, Shacklewell Lane Mosque, Egg, obviously helping out a lot as well and letting us use his premises. The Cyprus Islamic Association, Hussein Hodja, always supporting us and promoting us. Thank you very much to him as well. Hassan Osman has written, great work, guys. So many heroes in our coming that we are so blessed. And that's true. I mean, Soner also has, who is the CEO of Edible London, has said, big love, guys, just tuned in. You're amazing. Thank you very much. And we've also got an official comment from Edible London saying to check street boxes, buy a box, give a box initiative, visit streetbox.london. Okay, so you can also visit on there. And then Turgay has put lots of respect and love to all the work going on into helping the community at such a tough time. I mean, I'd like to go one by one and just, I mean, we're running out of time, but we're going to probably go over. But I'd like to start, first of all, with Kaz. Can you tell us, like, what message would you like to give out to the community? I mean, you know, you've gotten involved with the TCCA. Essentially, what made you get involved with them, and what message would you like to give out to our community?
So a lot of people know that my charity office is actually based inside the TCCA building. Wigs for Heroes, yes. Little cheeky plug.
No, definitely, 100%.
I'm there a couple of days a week doing my thing, and I see the work that these guys are putting in constantly. And I just wanted to be part of it. Like, my life has changed so dramatically over the last couple of years, and I just want to give back and be more involved with my community as well. I definitely will call anyone who, like I said before, who's got a couple of hours a week to spare. You'll be making such a difference in somebody's life. Like, it isn't just, oh yeah, we're just saying it because we want to just say it. you know, it's happening. You know, there's issues bigger than ourselves out there: food poverty, cancer poverty, you know, social isolation, and these things are real. Like, it's a real thing in life, and it will affect all of us at some point. So, you know, a bit of good karma goes a long way. Do you know what I mean?
Definitely. I believe in that, because I think when you give out and you help somebody, you get a positive feel, and I think that in turn makes you feel better about yourself. 100%. And Wigs for Heroes, we're going to actually do a separate program about that as well. You've been on a few mainstream TV programs as well, and you're a hero in our community. We really look up to you and all the wonderful work that you do, honestly. So thank you very much. And certainly, you know, the fact that you actually have got your own work in the TCCA is great. Like Touch Base said, like we've said before, this collaboration is what we need in our community. We need to work together.
Yeah, and again,
how we become bigger and stronger.
I think, again, like, we're not, like, my charity isn't directly involved with what this initiative is. However, if there is something that I do spot, i.e. like a cancer patient who is going through, you know, an ordeal and needs our help, as, you know, via this initiative, again, I can step in from a charity perspective. So if they do need things like provisions, like headscarves, you know, headwear, just the basic hygiene essentials, I can step in as well from my charity's perspective. So everything's interlinked, and we have to really work together. This isn't like a one-man brigade. No. You know, you can't put out a fire, as they say, with one man holding one of those hoses. You know, we all need to work together. But I appreciate the love, honestly. Love you guys.
100%. I mean, Osone's just said, well said. Paolo, tell us, because you're the communications main man for Edible London, how important is it to, you know, reach out to other groups and communicate with the local community?
Yeah, I mean, you know, Edible London wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for all the amazing people in the community, all the amazing volunteers, you know, dedicate their time, all the amazing groups like, you know, obviously the TCCA, even Kaz, you know, I've met Kaz before. She's helped my cousin who went through cancer. So it's amazing. Like, without these collaborations, that's what makes us human, you know, and we connect to each other. So not only is it amazing, you know, when you're helping each other, it feels good as well. So why not do it more? And, you know, something Sunny always says is, you know, solidarity, not charity. You know, let's come together. And the more we come together, the better we're going to, you know, the more things we're going to achieve. Like, on a shoestring, Edible just hit like 1 million meals worth of ingredients. You know, in the space of 8 months they've given out. We've just hit 1 million, and that was on a shoestring, you know. And now we're trying to move towards the next million. And like I said, it's because of all the amazing people, and that, you know, teamwork makes the dream work. Another thing Sunny always says is,
yeah, he's just written it. Teamwork makes the dream work.
It's so true. That's what we've seen. Through that, we've seen that million meals. So it's amazing, and because of people like, you know, leaders in the community like yourself. So yeah, big love. That's what I would say. And we've actually got a crowdfunder now as well. So if you want to help, any donation, big or small, can really help, you know. So, but yeah, big love to everyone, basically.
We've got people from Cyprus writing comments. Mehdi Ismet, who's also got his own organisation out there, Mehdi Foundation. He's but can't wait to work with you all for our community. And this is people, you know, messaging us from Cyprus. So not only are we making a difference in the UK, but it looks like it might go international very, very soon, which is amazing. Gulay, our viewers are probably wondering if they know of anyone who might need food advice, counselling or befriending. What should they do? How can they contact us? I know it's at the bottom of our screens, but if you could tell us as well.
Yeah, you can see at the bottom of the screen, we've got the email and the telephone number. So all you have to do is contact the TCCA. You can also contact them via their Facebook pages, through their inbox. Just pop a message, or you can even contact us through You Against TV, and we'll pass on the message and we'll do all our best to support you.
That's fantastic. Thank you very much. Sheniz, can you tell us, what was it about the TCCA that drew you to it? Because you've been there right from the beginning. You've seen the journey. You've seen these projects grow and become bigger and better. And you've seen all the collaborations. But from your perspective as a volunteer, what is it that drew you in? And any message you'd like to give out to our audiences?
It's just being there to help I'm a person, I love to help people. I always put others first before myself. And at a time like this, what else could I do? I wasn't working, everything was closed back in March. So what other way to help and be of use, rather than sitting at home and feeling sorry for myself, there's people out there that are worse off than myself, in a worse position, like Kaz had said. So it's just be out there and help, whatever you can do, however little help you can give, whether it is like buying a box, like Paolo said, it's just that little bit that makes a difference. And that's what kind of drew me to it. Just being in the whole pandemic the first time round, it made me look at life in a different perspective and how I could help people and how I could reach out to them. And this is my little way of giving back to
and it's fantastic. Thank you very much. You are a very giving person. I've always known that about you. So thank you very much. And you don't give in a small way, you give in a big way. But you do it very gracefully and humbly. And I think, you're a real sort of role model for women out there in our community. So thank you very much. Bayram, as a young person in our community, you're very commendable. What message would you like to give out to the young people out there? Oh, we can't hear you.
Gulay keeps switching off my mic. Okay.
Go on, then.
Okay, now I'm checking. Now, the message I want to give out to everyone is, instead of everybody sitting at home and watching, if you do have spare time, if you do have people that if you do have contacts or anything, then why don't we just get together? Why don't we work together? Why don't we go through this pandemic? Why don't we work through these hard times together? Because you only just be stronger. So I just want to ask everyone, like, anybody who can help or can chip in and help, more than welcome to do so. For example, this week, Wednesday, we had Sheniz who cooked us lovely meals. Today we had Gulay. Tomorrow we're gonna have Ayşen. Last week we had Ayşen Bekir cooking for us. We had Gul cooking for us. Ermiya Metro cooking for us. Like, we can only go forward together. So I just want to thank everyone for their hard work. I just want everybody to chip in and just do their bit. So, and it's only going to come together when we're together. So it's the only way. So teamwork does make the dream work. So easy as that.
100%. I think that's it. That's the message, isn't it? Is that, if you've got a little bit of spare time, try and volunteer and, work with our community. The TCCA have a great Facebook page, and I love all the posts and all the different people that are cooking. No pressure for me now after seeing all the wonderful cooks that you have. Gulay, Sheniz, Gulfidan, everybody cooking these wonderful dishes. Edim, it's like, no pressure, because I've been asked to do it as well. So I'm slightly scared now, because you all look like such fantastic. It's amazing. Sonnet is going crazy. He's put big love, brother. Yes, Ismet Mehdi. Be that change, give a little and get a lot. He's put, soon we will be cooking with the TCCA. That will be awesome, Sonnet, if we do that. That will be absolutely fantastic. Definitely, we want to see you there. And the thing with Sonnet is he's got some great ideas. He's always talking about, growing your own stuff, going back to the basics, going back to your roots, knowing about the ingredients that we've used over the years within our culture. I mean, it's fantastic. He did a short video for us for the festival, and it was awesome. Absolutely mind-blowing. So definitely be great for him to do that. Sultan, last words. We've got a couple of minutes before we wrap up the program. What would you like to say to our audiences?
Firstly, I wanted to say how proud I am of the team that we have. Like Bayram said, we've got, everyone was cooking, like Gulay, my sister Gulfidan, Sheniz, Ayşen Bekir that was doing the deliveries for us. Heidi Abba that's made the most amazing Magarone last week. But just for anyone that's watching, if you do need that help, or if you know anyone that does need that additional help, please contact us. We're here to help. We're here to give out the food. We're here to do whatever you need, really. We're just a phone call away. You can email us, you can Facebook message us, anything that you need, we're here. And again, thank you to anyone that supports us, like Edible London, Chatter, both the mosques. So just a big thank you to them too. Yeah. And Erim is like the star of all of us.
I also
So
want to
big
say
thank you.
one thing is I want to say thank you to my manager right there, that's Sultan. She's an amazing person. She's doing a lot of work for us, even in our own time. Like, that's not needed. Like, these things go unnoticed, but trust me, it's noticed.
Of course it is. Everyone's doing a
Thank
great
you.
job. The contact is below. Yeah, team TCCA. We've got the contact there at the bottom where you can email info@tcca.org and telephone number 0208 826 1080. And I'm going to end it with our last comment from Fatima Mehmet. She's put, great work, everyone. And I think that's very befitting for the end of our program. Thank you very much, everybody, for coming on my program. Thank you very much to all our viewers for all the comments, for all the different organisations that work with TCCA. I'll be looking forward to having you guys on my program again with the latest updates of your projects and collaborations. Thank you very much. That's it from us. Have a very good evening from Euro Genç TV. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Adios, amigos.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao. Hasta mañana.
Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Biliyor musun? Erken rezervasyon başladı. Yazın en renkli fırsatları cyprusparadise.com'da. %40, %50 hatta %60'a varan kaçırılmaz indirimler. Erken rezervasyon yap, uçak bileti fiyatına paket tatili al. Uygun fiyata Kıbrıs tatilinin adresi cyprusparadise.com. Zaman akıp gitmeden acele edin. Bir bakmışsınız yaz gelmiş. Cyprus Paradise. Tatiliniz bizimle güvende.
Kalitenin, güvenin, hızlı teslimatın adresi Ancon Furniture. Ancon Furniture ailesi olarak yeni ürünler ile hizmete devam etmekteyiz. Yeni model koltuk takımlarımız, yatak mekanizmaları bir dokunuş ile açılıp bir dokunuş ile kapanabilmektedir. Bir dokunuş ile açtığımız yatak mekanizmasının yatak çarşafı kullanıma hazır, serili olarak içinden çıkmaktadır. Yıl sonuna kadar herhangi bir koltuk takımı alan her müşterimize akıllı sehpa hediyemizdir. En iyi ürün, en iyi fiyat. Sadece Ancon Furniture'da. Bize uğramadan karar vermeyin. En iyisini biz yapana kadar daha iyisi yok.